A very good morning to all of you. This is your Meghna ma'am and I welcome you to the online classes of Semstar Global School. So students, today is your English literature period. So before starting our new chapter or our new poem, let's discuss something related to the poem that we are going to study. So let's discuss about your childhood, right? When you was small. So, there are some stages of childhood, or there are some stages of, yes, there are some stages of childhood. Like the first one is newborn. Newborn. Okay. So the first one is newborn. A newborn baby. So I know that you all know about newborn, like a small baby, like that he or she cannot do anything without any help, or means just a small baby. Like we can play with the small baby, like we can just pull his or her cheeks, and yes, like so. The first stage is newborn. Now the second stage infant. Yes. So the second stage is infant. So what is infant stage? Like infant stage is like that when you just make any noise in front of that baby, like you can just do this, or you can just make some noise like hello, hi. So he or she can just move his head like this and this, like that he can easily listen to the noise, right? So the second stage is infant, and this stage is newborn. Like he cannot move his head, like he can or she can move his head, but very slowly. So the second stage is infant stage. So in this stage, the baby can easily move his neck, or like his hand, or his uh, leg, or his head, anything. Now the third stage is toddler. Toddler. So the third stage is toddler. So in this stage, as you all know that in this stage the baby can easily crawls, right? Like on the floor, he can easily walk like this, like this, right? So this is the third stage. Now fourth stage is preschool stage. Okay, preschool. So this stage is between 3 to 5 years. Yes. So this stage is between 3 to 5 years, as you all know that what is a preschool. Like you all studied in preschool, like where you can learn new things like new alphabets, new English alphabets, new Hindi alphabets, maths, numbering 1, 2, and new rhymes, new poems, like that. And now the fifth stage is school age. Right? So this could be like 6 to 12 years and so on. So after this preschool, this stage comes like school age, like class 1, class 2, or when we was 6 years or 12 years. So what I'm trying to say is like these are the stages of a newborn child, right? So in every stage we have different activities. Like when we was 1 years, so we just doing some activities or we destroyed our mother like lipstick. This is a common thing, like we all did this, like I also did this. I just destroyed my mother's many lipsticks, right? Or I can just take out my mother's lipstick and just put it on, and or just snatching something from cupboard or mama's dressing table or papa's cupboard. Like, so in every stage we have different activities. Like in this stage, toddler stage, like we can crawl easily and we can go here from there, right? And this school, in this is preschool, we go to school and we make new friends, or we yes, we just enjoy our new books, new pencil boxes, new school bags. And in this stage, school age, like we are mature, like we know that what we have to do and how we have to behave. So these are the 5 stages, right? So why I'm telling you these are the 5 stages? Because the poem that we are going to study is related to this, right? So now we are going to study our poem, that is Now We Are Six. Okay, so students, like this is your English literature book, right? So this is your poem of assessment 2, the first poem of your assessment 2, chapter number 5. Now we are six. Yes. So this poem, Now We Are Six, is written by A. Milne. So the writer of this poem is A. Milne. Okay. Now, when I was one, I had just begun. When I was two, I was nearly new. When I was three, I was hardly me. Now see, when I was one, I had just begun. So, as I told you earlier, like when I was one, so when the writer who is writing the poem, written the poem, when I was one, I had just begun. So, when he was one, he just began. Means like he just began means that stage. The first one newborn, then yes, so the newborn. So when I was one, like I had just begun. So he just began in that stage, right? When I was one, I had just begun. So he just began like destroying some items, or just snatching something from someone else, or just doing naughty activities. Then when I was two, I was nearly new. So when he was two, he was nearly new. Means like now he can like eat something with the help of his or her hand, but not in a proper way, right? Or he can do some naughty activities, or yes. So when he was two, he was nearly new. When I was three, when he was three, it was hardly me. Now see. So when he was three, now जब वो 3 years का हुआ, then I was hardly me. Then वो hardly वो means वो अपना था, like he can now notice something like what is happening, uh, uh, besides him or her. And he can now feel something, like if you just tickle him in his body or in her body, he or she can just feel that tickling, right? So when I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. Now, once again. When I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. So, the first stage is this one, 1. Then the second stage, 2. And the third stage is 3. So, when I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. Now, the next stage. So, the first stage when I was 1, I had just begun. जब वो 1 year का था तब उसने just start किया था. Then when I was 2, I was nearly new. So when he was 2 years old, he was nearly new. When I was 3, it was hardly me. So जब आप 3 years के होते हो तब भी आप छोटे होते हो, right? आपको उतना कुछ पता नहीं होता है. So the poet, when he was 3 years, it was hardly him. Now the next stage. Now the next 3 stage. When I was 4, I was not much more. So when I was 4, जब वो 4 years का था, I was not much more. Not much more. Like 3 years or 4 years is not the age of your like maturity. Maturity means आपको उतनी समझ नहीं होती. Like we have that maturity level. So आप छोटे रहते हो, so आपको कुछ नहीं पता होता. You just only know about Mama, I want to eat this. Mama, I want to eat that. Mama, I love to eat chocolates, ice creams, new boxes, new pencil boxes, new books, and all this. So when I was 4, I was not much more. So जब आपका 4 years का था तब भी वो छोटा सा था. Then when I was 5, I was just alive. Now this stage. When I was 5, I was just alive. Right? Means. So when the poet was at this age, at the age of 5, so he was just alive. Alive means then उसको थोड़ा थोड़ा पता चलने लगा that what we should do, like manners, good manners and bad manners. So when I was 5, I was just alive. तब वो just alive वो means तब उसने new things सीखनी start की, like how to make new friends, right? And how to behave with your elders at this. So when I was 5, I was just alive. But now I am 6. So, but now the poet was 6 years old. So I am as clever as clever. Now at this stage, stage 6, right? Just a second. Yes. So, but now I am 6. I am as clever as clever. Now the poet is 6 years old. So he thinks that he is very clever. Like clever means chalak. Like you all are clever, right? So like you did something wrong. So you thought that मम्मा को नहीं पता चलेगा मैंने ये तोड़ दिया. Like मैंने भी किया था. अभी भी मैं करती हूँ. So it's not a big problem. Okay. So but now I am 6. I am as clever as clever. So at this stage of 6 years old, the poet was thinking that he was very clever. He's बहुत चालाक है and he knows everything. Like मुझे सब कुछ पता है. So I think I will be 6 forever and ever. Now the poet think that when he was 6, he was very clever. So उसने क्या सोचा? उसने ये सोचा कि so I think I will be 6 forever and ever. So उसने सोचा कि अब मैं जब 6 years का हूँ, मुझे सब पता है, then मुझे 6 years का ही रहना चाहिए, right? Because मुझे तो सब पता है. So when I was 1, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था. Then when I was 2, I was nearly new. मैं तब भी new ही था. Then when I was 3, I was hardly me. तब मुझे थोड़ा पता लगा. Like how to eat but not properly. Then When I was 4, I was not much more. तब भी मैं ज़्यादा नहीं था, मैं थोड़ा ही था. Then I was 5. When I was 5, I was just alive. So when जब मैं 5 years का हुआ तब मुझे क्या लगा? Okay, so अब मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा बड़ा हो गया हूँ, right? Now, but now I am 6. Now he was 6 years old. So I am as clever as clever. So उसने क्या सोचा? अब तो मैं बहुत चालाक हूँ, मुझे सब पता है, मैं सब कुछ कर लूँगा. So I think I will be 6 forever and ever. So उसने क्या सोचा? उसने सोचा कि now when I was 6, so मुझे अब 6 नहीं रहना चाहिए, मैं तो बड़ा हो गया हूँ. Like I can do anything, right? Yes. Okay, so this is all about now we are 6. So there are 6 stages in this poem. Like the first stage. Okay, so let's read out once again. When I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. When I was 4, it was not much more. When I was 5 years old, I was just alive. But now I am 6 years old. I am as clever. So अब मैं बहुत clever हूँ. So I think I will be 6 forever and ever. So students, I hope that this poem, Now We Are 6, is clear to all of you. And now you have to do one thing, that you have to learn this poem. Now we are 6. Okay? So I hope that your English assessment 1. No, sorry. Yes. So I hope that your this chapter or this poem, Now We Are 6, is clear to all of you, and you learned it very well. And yes. So this is all for today, and all the best for today's assessment 1, that is Hindi, I guess, right? So all the best, and give your best. So thank you and bye bye.